This is the last day of January 2022. And obviously you will see that days are running. Months are also closing in. And all of us are to get busy on the things that we are tasked to do. Not only that, but meeting the timeline that has been stressed over a number of weeks. And I'm mindful of the fact that those of us that are involved in the work of the Motukea Commission of Inquiry have a duty to respond, and it must be done positively, and to ensure that the objective of the task that we have in front of us must be achieved. That is the reason why in some of my previous remarks I've been emphasizing on the validity of time and the essence of it. And because if we don't revisit the time factor and we put it aside, you will see that we'll be in a catch-22 situation. That is the reason why, when stressing the importance of time, it is very, very important that in compliance with the requirement that have been placed on each one of us, we must ensure that it must materialize, and not only that, but the work must be completed. We are running a bit late in terms of our timing, but I'm also flexible in a sense that every first day of the working week is not very comfortable for most people who try to go to work. Sometimes circumstances may prevent your time in coming to attend certain meetings, such as the hearing for the Motukea Commission of Inquiry. But let me stress strongly that as we proceed further through this month and to the following months, we will see that we'll be very busy. Busy meaning we have a duty that we need to put together in guiding this Commission of Inquiry. And most importantly, the result that is anticipated, not only here, but outside, and for the benefit of the people of this country. That is the emphasis that I've been placed every time when I sit here during this Commission of Inquiry. We must be informed also that if there are circumstances that may prevent certain people of not coming here for this commission of inquiry, then we must be informed at an early stage so that there is no differences of opinion, but we know that we understand the things that we need to do that requires all the attention. I also like to make mention that probably with our media coverage that we have asked them to come in, but probably the information I have not reached them on time, because certain issues that is raised here must be also reported because of the public welfare that is also cited in this commission of inquiry, that we must bring that information to those who are eager to know what is happening. Maybe we can do some improvements on that as we proceed further. I also would like to thank the Spider Tech for setting up the system here on our live stream, our Facebook page. I acknowledged that also this morning. You are doing a tremendous job in guiding us with this commission of inquiry. And for this reason, I welcome all of you here this morning. And I know that as we proceed further, we will be enlightened. Not only that, but you will become more knowledgeable in the way things have been orderly structured to get us through to the duration of the commission of inquiry. With that, I will proceed into the next agenda item for this morning, which is the media release of press statement number 3 of 2022, dated Monday, 31st January 2022. The Commission of Inquiry into the sale and purchase of the Motukea Wharf wishes to advise the general public that the hearings will resume on Monday, which is this morning, 2022, at about 9:30 a.m. at Level 1 Muruk House, Waigani. Further public hearings have also been scheduled for, and please take note for the guidance. 9:30 a.m. Wednesday, 2nd February 2022. 9:30 a.m. Monday, 7th February 2022. 9:30 a.m. Thursday, 10th February 2022. 9:30 a.m. Wednesday, 16th February 2022. And again, I must re-emphasize again that if there are any changes to the above or any further developments in terms of Commission's calendar, we will advise the general public accordingly by way of further press statements. We wish to advise the public and interested persons or parties to consult the Commission's, which we have a website that is currently available, If you're not familiar, it's www.coy-motukeawharf.com, and that is to keep yourselves informed of the Commission's progress. Dated this day, 31st of January 2022, authorized by the Chairman, Commissioner, of the Motukea Commission of Inquiry. It is very important that is further dates of the hearing, and in most instances, I have emphasized strongly that it must not take in more than 14 days of any extension. I stand on the premise that this must be in order so that we are not being misled or have no knowledge of what is happening, as I read here to you this morning. So please take note of that, of the further hearing, as per the press statement dated 31st January 2022. With that, I will now call upon the counsel assisting in the Motukea Commission of Inquiry this morning to take us through
daily diary that has been published by the Commission. The first summons that we will deal with, there are two summonses returnable this morning. The first summons relates to summons number 1 issued to Mr. Fego Ota Kiniafa, the Chief Executive Officer of the PNG Ports Corporation Limited. He appears on an extended summons, Commissioner, to basically produce documents that he had previously undertaken to produce. I've conferred with my friend Mr. Joseph Isa, who has appeared previously on the summons. I've conferred with him, and he has indicated that there are documents that they have gone through that they consider are relevant in the process of producing those further documents, and in those circumstances have requested an extension of 7 days to Monday, the 7th of February, 2022 at 9:30 a.m. So those further documents could be produced to the Commission. As the Commission, I have no objections to that course. Perhaps I'll allow my friend to enter his appearance formally this morning.
Thank you, Counsel.
This is the Commission. Council name is Isa, initial J. I appear on behalf of my Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Fego Kiniafa, and also on behalf of PNG Ports Corporation Limited. As my friend said correctly, on Friday he called me when on my way back from Manus, and he requested certain documents after he went through the initial documents we provided to the Commission, and indicated to me that there was a few documents they wanted the Commission to review. And given that my MD and also CEO was also in WIWEC at that time, I called him and asked him for an extension, just to allow us sufficient time to provide the documents he identified after speaking to me. So hence pay our request to the Commission for an extension of another 7 days to 2nd of February, which is next Monday. By then we should be able to provide the documents as my friend has identified and requested. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. As indicated, if directions could be issued that the summons number 1 dated 10 December 2021 be further extended to Monday, 7th February 2022 at 9:30 a.m. for mention.
Thank you, Counsel. sometimes I consider the circumstances and the depth of the compliance in relation to the extended number of days. They can be crucial, but at the same time, it must also be understood on the basis of the evidence that is before it. And probably to such extent, I am satisfied that in so doing, the commissions, having considered that, directs that summons number 1, dated 10 December 2021, is further extended to Monday, 7 February 2022 at about 9:30 a.m. for mention, dated this 31st day of January 2022 by the Commission. Thank you.
Mr. Commissioner, if Mr. Isa and his client, the CEO of PNG Ports, could be excused. I now turn to the second summons number 2.
Councillor will have Mr. Isa excused.
Yes, Commissioner. Can I be excused?
Yes, I guarantee you can be excused.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Council.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. I refer to summons number 2. Now that is a summons issued to the Managing Director of Kumu Consolidated Holdings, Professor David Kavanagh. Commissioner, you will recall that the Managing Director, Professor Kavanagh, appeared and indicated that there would be 4 folders of documents produced to the Commission. 2 of those folders were produced at his previous attendance, and he indicated that 2 further folders of the 4 would be produced this morning. I received a telephone call from Mr. Kamburi, the lawyer for KCH. He indicated that both he and Professor Kavanagh were unavailable this morning due to an urgent matter, but notwithstanding that a lawyer, Mr. Ranga Sawang, would be appearing on their behalf to produce those outstanding documents. Perhaps if I can allow my friend to enter his appearance and update the Commission accordingly, including producing the documents as undertaken by the Managing Director.
Thank you. May it please the Commission, my name is Sawam, initial R. I appear on behalf of KCH Managing Director Professor David Kavanagh and Kumu Consolidated Holdings. Commissioner, I believe the last time this matter came before you, the Managing Director produced 2 folders of documents and undertook to provide a further 2 more folders of documents. I have here, under cover of a letter, Commissioner, dated 31st of January, signed by the Managing Director for Kumu Consolidated Holdings. A letter tendering 2 folders, further folders, that is, folder number 3, NEC decisions and KCH board papers and resolutions, folder number 4, general correspondences and emails. I extend the Managing Director's apologies. There was a very, very urgent matter that popped up just this morning, and I was asked by my supervisor, Mr. Erastus Kamburi, to step in and tender these documents and seek further directions from the Commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Council.
Commissioner, if it pleases the Commission, may I tender these two folders.
In the process, we did indicate this is just a production exercise of documents just being produced for the records purposes. Documents are not being tendered at this stage; they're being merely produced. So we have no objection to the documents just being produced for purpose of compliance with the summons. But we take note that the acting managing director has produced the documents as he had undertaken from his previous appearance before this commission. And in those circumstances, Commissioner, we would ask that the summons for Professor Kavanagh, that summons number 2, be extended to Monday, 7 February 2022 at 9:30 a.m. for mention.
Thank you, Council. I recall the last time that the 2 documents were presented, and I'm glad that you are here again this morning to present the last part of the document that is expected by the Commission. Given the benefit of doubt, I like to also emphasize strongly that although the documents cannot be cited at this time in the case of the Commissioner, but I'm aware of the fact that the relevancy of the document must be in order. And when I say it must be in order, the things that the Commission requires, it must be included in this document. In other words, we do not anticipate to expect some documents that are not relevant to the work of this Commission. But I'm sure, and I believe that you have the right documents that is before us. And I also like to extend the apology to your Managing Director. Sometimes situation is unavoidable in terms of when nature takes place and you don't expect things to happen, it does happen. So thank you for that. We hope that he settles in well when he returns back. And for that reason, I'm satisfied, Council, to the extent that the Commission directs that the summons number 2, dated 10 December 2021, is further extended to Monday, 7 February 2022 at about 9:30 a.m. for mention. Dated this 31st day of January 2022, authorized by the Commission.
This morning.
Thank you, Council. I don't have any other agenda items that can proceed further with this, but with these directions given, I hope they are complied with, and we hope to see you again on the day that is been set, and obviously we can proceed further in that. And if we do not have any other thing to go on with this morning, I may now ask the associate to adjourn the hearing for this morning.